Shanti. Good evening. Today is a special anniversary day. You saw the picture on the screen just now of Dada Vishwarathan, and it's been 19 years since his departure. And Ranjan will join us in a minute. She's actually just offering Bhog for this special day. And before she comes and we'll do some reading, I'll share a few experiences through the years that I visited Madhuban and saw and met Dada Vishwarathan. So Dada Vishwarathan took knowledge in 1939. He used to live in the city of Karachi, which is now in Pakistan. And the Brahma Kumaris had put an advertisement in the paper that if anyone wants to learn meditation and Raj Yoga, they can apply by writing to this address. And then they had to go in those days and have a retreat for 7 days into the center. And then they took the course that way. So he was one of the early students of those days. And then he was about 19 years old at that time. And he really liked it. So he wanted to go and live at the center. And slowly, he did that. And so he was there with Baba, Mama, and the daddies from that time. And then he was always a very cooperative and yogi soul. In the reading, we'll hear a little bit more about a couple of the special things that Baba had asked him to do. I knew him later when he was living in Madhuban. So he might have gone to different places in India as they were setting up different centers. But then for many years, he was actually a resident of Malaban. And I met him first time as a child, quite briefly, in 1988. And I remember my mother taking me to his room. And it was just a small room. I don't know if any of you have seen the rooms in Pandav Bhavan that the Madhuban brothers lived in. They're very small. And I can remember this small room right towards the back of Pandav Bhavan. And we met him as all of these original daddies and daddies were very simple. They dressed very simply. They lived very simply. They had this humbleness about them where they didn't believe that anyone should have attention on them. And especially these brothers, they felt that they should put the daddies in front, Mama and Baba in front. So in those days, there were a few of the original daddies there in Madhuban, and I'd met all of them. And I remember my mother saying to me, look, come and take Drishti from Dada Vishwarathan. And he even washes his own clothes by his own hand. He would have been in his 70s, probably that, something like that. So I just remember that simplicity. And then over the years, I saw him in Madhuban each year. And it was this emphasis that my mother would mention, maybe some others would mention, that Dada never liked to take any service from anyone. So whereas others might take help from others to look after themselves, but Dada Vishwarathan and a few of the others, they had this culture that they'd been brought up with. that you don't want to create any karmic account with anyone. And so you don't take service from anyone. I can remember Sister Jayanti used to be like that as well. So there's this values that they had of avoiding taking anything from anyone, burdening anyone, troubling anyone. And then when I was a little bit older, so I would have been about 17, 18 onwards, I myself was taking my spiritual efforts much more seriously. And Dada Vishwarathan was known as the number one yogi within the Brahmin family. One time, Baba had asked the Madhaban Nivasis to keep a chart, and Dadi Prakash Mani had made the chart for them and then checked everyone's results. And one thing they were looking at was constant soul consciousness, constant soul conscious vision, constant purity. And she shared in the class the next morning that there was one brother who had achieved 95% in all of the dharana of that chart. And she didn't mention the name, but then some of the other brothers had said to me that it was Dada Vishwarathan. So Dada Vishwarathan had this reputation of being a very focused yogi. Ah, yes, I forgot one memory before that. Ranjan Ben's joined us now. Yeah. Just bring her on the screen. So, one memory before then was I had the opportunity to spend my summer vacation in Madhuban in 1991. So, myself and three other young brothers spent the whole month of August in Madhuban. I was 13 years old at that time, and the leader of our Kamal's group, he was 18 years old. He was a English brother, but he taught himself Hindi, which is quite remarkable. It's a unique soul. And we went with him. There was one other brother who was 13, one brother who was 15, and this other brother who was 18 or 19. And that brother who was leading our group, he was the first one who got me into early Amrit. So when he used to go to Madhuban, he would get up at 1:30 in the morning. So this habit of getting up early, it began for me then in 1991 when I was 13. And in those days, then at about 4 o'clock, we would shift to the history room. So maybe at about 3:30. And then at 3:45, the brother who conducted on the brother's side of the history hall on the Sandali, on the Gandhi, it was Dada Vishwarat. And on the sister's side was a daddy called Daddy Palu. And both of them conducted everyday yoga. And Dada Vishwarathan didn't give drishti to each person, but he just looked straight ahead. And it was such a like a laser beam drishti. He was like so impressive as a yogi. And then in those days, Daddy Prakash Mani used to come during the meditation and sit at the back of the history room. And when it was 4:45, the song plays, and we all went out of the back, took Daddy's drishti and left. Those days were like that. So that's again an early memory of the Visharata. So then going back to when I was a little older, I then attended some classes with Dada Visharata. He didn't used to be part of the normal program there in Madhuban, but you could book classes with him. And so in small groups, I remember attending a few classes. And then a couple of times on a couple of visits to Madhuban, I asked to meet him one to one in his office. In those days, he was serving in the accounts department in Pandit Bhavan. So where the courtyard is, there's like Shashi Didi's office and where that area is. And above that are some offices. So he was in one of those. And I asked him about this conducting meditation because that was an early memory. And he was like very powerful, like his drishti. Even he walked around Madhuban, he never talked to anyone, never looked around, kept his eyes were just in one direction. He was just walking in silence everywhere. And it was like Brahma Baba walking around. It was that experience. And he said to me that Brahma Baba used to say to all of them when they were young Kamans that when they sit in meditation, they should conduct the meditation in such a way that people who come into the meditation room, they feel like a lion or a tiger is sitting on the gandhi. They shouldn't feel that a human being is conducting the meditation. They should say that पता नहीं ये शेर कौन बैठा है. So Dada Vishwaradhan, he was like this. It was like in his blood. He was like a tiger, but and so a few times I sat with him like this, one to one, just him and me across the desk. And anytime I heard his classes, whether it was with a small group or one to one, he always just gave the same class, to be honest with you. But it was useful to just have those points repeated because he had practiced these things. So he was a yogi soul who took every point of the Morali and practiced. So I can remember him saying that firstly, we have to pay attention how we listen to them. He said that many people, even when they're meeting Baba, they're not really listening to Baba. They're like in the room, enjoying the gathering, looking at Baba, but the intellect is not really listening to what Baba is saying. And they're not listening with the attitude that they must put into practice. So he said, you've got to listen very carefully. And it's got to be with the mentality that what you are saying, Baba, you're talking to me. I'm going to do this. And he said, this is how he listens to the Morali, line by line. And then another thing I remember was Baba's been talking about karma yoga these last 2 days in the morning. And he said that he practices karma yoga a lot. So what he would do in his office is he will keep an extra chair empty for Baba. So he might have two chairs. He is in one, maybe another person is in another. He will keep chair number 3 for Baba. And before he begins like his mental work, maybe he's got to make accounts, maybe he has to write something. So it's something where you can't have that mental focus distracted. You have to concentrate. So many Brahmins, they struggle. And how can we be soul conscious? How can we remember Baba while we have to do some concentrated work? So what Dada did was he kept this empty chair and then he sat in Baba's remembrance and invoked Bab Dada to come and sit in the chair. And he says to Baba, right, I now must concentrate on my work. Baba, you must just sit there. And so while he's concentrating on his work, he has in the back of his mind, Baba is sitting. And he would say to me that if you have, imagine you've got Baba in the room. Imagine, like really, you had Baba in the room. Or imagine like Daddy is in your room. How will you behave? How will you think? How will you look? Because Baba is sitting right there. So if we really have that karma, that Baba is here, what will it be? What will be our awareness? What will be our vision? What will be our behavior? But this is how he practiced over so many years. Secondly, he said that he always pays attention that his eyes should not go below anyone's eyebrows. He must just see the soul, the diamond in the forehead. He said there's no need for the eyes to go below the eyebrow. So again, practice this over so many years. And I remember when he reached his Karmatit stage on this day, 26th February 2007, when Shashi Devi offered the bhog, I remember the scene. She said that she was in the subtle region and Baba was not visible. And then from a distance, she began to see two Babas were coming towards her. So she was looking carefully. Why are there two Babas? How can there be two Babas coming? And then as they came closer, she saw that actually one was Baba and one was Dada. But Baba said that Dada became Bab Sama. He became like Baba. So actually it just looks like another Baba. So I think that what Baba was saying to us on Sunday, that if you want to become an angel, you have to bring those angelic qualities into your human self. You can't just become an angel at the end. You have to actually live this now. So that shows us the path. So I'll stop sharing those experiences now, and we'll hear directly from that a little bit. Ranjit Ben will read in Hindi and I'll interpret in English. And Dada has this special role in the history of the Yagya that Baba asked him to design the picture of the cycle and the tree, the two main diagrams from the Morali. They were designed by Dada Vishwaratha. So I'm sure all of you will be interested to know, how did these diagrams get made? So we should hear directly from the person who made them. What was the story? So I'll hand over. Did you want to share anything?
Yeah, and also Daddy Janki often said, asked Dada to come over to England, to London film. But Dada said no. He never came. He never had that desire.
Well, after Brahma Baba became Avyat, Dada never left Madhava. So Brahma Baba didn't leave Madhuban after 1967. So he stayed in Madhuban those last 2 years or so, 18 months or so. And then when Baba became an angel, in Indian traditions, the sun lights the cremation. So Shiv Baba said, because Brahma Baba had like a physical son as well. His name is Brother Narayan. But Shiv Baba said, well, Narayan will be on behalf of the physical family. But on behalf of the Brahmin family, Vishwaratha will light the cremation. So this is the brother who, on behalf of all of us, like a son of Brahma, lit the cremation uh, on that day. And then after that, Dad had never left Madhava. I'm not even sure. I mean, maybe he went to Gyasarovar. And then last few years, he lived in Shanti as he got older. So in his 80s. But otherwise, for so many years, he never even went outside of Pandava. And he was keeping that atmosphere everywhere. Daddy Janki used to also say that because Daddy Janki used to be the main person giving classes everywhere. So Daddy used to say that she speaks a lot, but by the time she arrives to give class, Dada Visharatan was already in the room serving everyone by creating the atmosphere. So she would always say that he already served everyone even before I arrived. So let's hear a little bit directly. I don't know if it might be too long to read all of it, but we'll see how it goes.
Yeah.
So it's here until here.
Yeah, it's very interesting how his mother died and in his childhood, was it 7 times he feels when he was young, he drowned a few times, something happened, Baba saved him. Well, he wasn't in Gyan, of course, he was a child, but he felt that Baba was protecting him.
So we're going to read the chapter about how the main diagrams are developed.
Yeah. So this is chapter 4. झाड़ और गोला बनाने की सेवा,
The service of creating the tree and the cycle.
कुंज भवन में जो बहनें रहती थी,
The sisters who lived in Kunj Bhavan,
उनमें से कई बहनों को शिव बाबा सूक्ष्म वतन में खींचकर बुलाकर साक्षात्कार कराकर कई प्रकार के दृश्य दिखाते थे.
among them, from time to time, some of them were trance messengers, so Shiv Baba would pull them to the subtle region and give them some different types of visions.
कुछ बहनें तो रोज ही साक्षात्कार में चली जाती थी.
Some of the sisters had these visions each day.
एक बार एक बहन को शिव बाबा ने एक दृश्य में सभी ब्रह्मा कुमार कुमारियों के अव्यक्त नाम बताए.
One day, Shiv Baba showed one trance messenger everyone's Avyak name for all of the BKs.
उस बहन को वहां सूक्ष्म वतन में एक बोर्ड दिखाई पड़ा जिस पर हर एक ब्रह्मा कुमार कुमारी के व्यक्त नाम के सामने अव्यक्त नाम भी लिखे हुए थे.
That sister saw a board in the subtle region with everyone's physical name and next to it their angelic name.
वहां अव्यक्त बाबा ने उस बहन को कहा कि आज से सभी ब्रह्मा कुमार कुमारियों को इन अव्यक्त नामों से ही बुलाया जाए.
And Shiv Baba said that everyone's name should now be the angelic name.
फिर तो उस बहन ने अपने हाथ से ऐसा इशारा किया जो सामने बैठी हुई बहनें समझ गई कि ये कॉपी और पेन मांग रही है.
And that sister signaled for paper and pen.
तो उस साक्षात्कार वाली बहन के आगे कॉपी और पेन रखी गई.
And so she was given that.
उसने वह कॉपी और पेन उठाकर जो बोर्ड पर नाम लिखे हुए थे वे देखकर कॉपी पर लिखती गई.
And she wrote down what she saw on that board.
जब सभी व्यक्त अव्यक्त नाम लिखकर पूरे किए तब वापस इस साकार वतन में आ गई और आकर साकार ब्रह्मा बाबा को सूक्ष्म वतन का समाचार सुनाया और वे नाम भी दिखाए।
When she came out of that trance, she shared the news of the subtle region with corporeal Brahma Baba and showed him that piece of paper.
फिर तो सभी व्यक्त और अव्यक्त नाम लिखकर बोर्ड पर लगाए गए और सभी ने अपने पास नोट करके भी रखे।
And so everyone noted their name and kept it with them.
उस दिन से लेकर सभी को उस अव्यक्त नाम से बुलाया जाता है।
And so since then, the dadas and daddies were known mainly by their
मेरा
angelic
नाम
name.
दादा का नाम मेरा नाम विश्व रतन पड़ा और उस दिन से लेकर मुझे भी उस नाम से ही बुलाया जाता है।
I was named Vishwaratan, the jewel of the world, since that day.
हर रोज सवेरे को साकार ब्रह्मा बाबा कुंज भवन बड़ी बहनों के बंगले में आकर मुरली चलाता था।
In those days, every day Shiv Baba used to come and speak the Murli in Kunj Bhavan, where the senior sisters used to live.
हम सभी भाई बहनें जो अन्य बंगलों में रहते थे वे भी सभी वहां ही जाकर बाबा की मुरली सुनते थे।
And we who used to live in the different bhavans used to gather in that bhavan to hear the Murli.
एक दिन जब बाबा आकर संदली पर मुरली चलाने के लिए बैठे तो बैठते ही कहा कि आज मैं माना साकार ब्रह्मा बाबा सूक्ष्म वतन में गया था।
And when one day, when Baba sat to speak the Murli, he said that he'd gone to the subtle region.
वहां अव्यक्त बाबा ने मुझे एक बड़ा सुंदर झाड़ वृक्ष दिखाया और वह मनुष्य का झाड़ था।
And Baba said that Shiv Baba had shown him the tree of human beings.
बाबा अव्यक्त बाबा ने साकार बाबा को ने कहा कि विश्व रतन को कहो कि इसकी डिजाइन बनावे।
Shiv Baba had said to Brahma Baba that tell Visharathan to make a design of this tree.
मैं क्लास में ही बैठा हुआ था तो उसी समय ही साकार बाबा ने मेरे से पूछा कि कैसे बच्चू।
And I was sitting in the Murali at that time, and so Baba told me to do that.
ये डिजाइन बनाएंगे न चाइल्ड कैसे बच्चू बच्चू मीन्स माय चाइल्ड वुड यू मेक दिस डिजाइन। दादा विश्व रतन दादा ने कहा हाँ बाबा मैं कभी भी किसी कार्य के लिए बाबा को ना नहीं करता था।
I said yes, because I never said no to Baba.
सदैव हाँ जी ही करता था।
I always just said yes. Haji.
मैं सोचता था कि किसको ना करूं।
Why?
जब
I never thought of saying no.
जब निश्चय हो गया कि स्वयं परम पिता परमात्मा शिव बाबा इस ब्रह्मा बाबा के तन में आकर सभी डायरेक्शन दे रहे हैं तो फिर वे डायरेक्शन मुझे स्वीकार करना ही है और उनको पूर्ण रूप से अमल में लाना ही है।
I had faith that Shiv Baba was giving directions through this Brahma Baba, and so I just had the thought that I have to say yes and I have to do things properly.
भले वह कार्य करना मैं जानता हूं या नहीं पहले कब उसका अनुभव है या नहीं फिर भी मुझे हाँ जी ही करना है क्योंकि मैं हमेशा समझता था कि बाबा जो कुछ भी डायरेक्शन देता है वह कार्य हुआ ही पड़ा है।
I wouldn't think about whether I have done that task before, whether I'm capable of doing this task before. I just had faith that if Baba's asked me to do this, then it is destined in the drama for it to be successful.
ना होने वाला कार्य बाबा कभी कहेंगे ही नहीं।
Baba wouldn't ask me to do something that wasn't possible.
ऐसे ही बाबा मेरा टाइम वेस्ट कराएंगा ही नहीं।
Baba wouldn't waste my time.
ये कार्य भी बाबा ने जो कहा है वह हुआ ही पड़ा है। बाबा मेरे साथ है। आप ही ये कार्य सफलतापूर्वक मेरे द्वारा कराएंगा।
So whatever task Baba gave me, Baba was with me and he'll make sure it's successful.
मुझे सिर्फ अपनी अंगुली रखनी है।
I just had to give my finger.
ऐसे सदैव बुद्धि में रहता था, जिस कारण सदैव हाजी हाजी ही करता था।
So that just remained in my intellect all the time. So I just kept saying yes to everything Baba asked of me.
जब बाबा ने इतनी सारी सभा में किसी कार्य के लिए मेरे में विश्वास रखकर मुझे ही चुना है, तो मैं अपने में आत्म विश्वास न रखूं और बाबा की आज्ञा को ना मानूं, ये कैसे हो सकता है।
In such a large gathering, Baba has trusted me. So why would I not trust myself and say no to Baba for that?
फिर साकार बाबा ने मम्मा को कहा कि मम्मा, इस बच्चे से सभी ड्यूटीज छुड़वा कर अन्य बच्चों को बांट कर दे दो।
And Brahma Baba then said to Mama, free this child from his many other duties and allocate them to others.
आज से इसको यही कार्य करना है।
He has to focus on this task
ये मोस्ट इम्पोर्टेंट कार्य है।
because this is the most important task.
मम्मा ने भी कहा जी बाबा।
Mama said yes.
बस मुरली पूरी होने के बाद मम्मा ने मुझको बुलाया और मेरे से सभी ड्यूटीज छुड़वाकर अन्य भाइयों को बांट कर दे दी और मुझे कहा पूज भवन में ही एक आउट हाउस का कमरा था।
So after the Morali, I met Mama and she allocated my duties to other brothers. And she said to me that there was an outbuilding in Kunj Bhavan which she would give to me for completing this task.
हाँ, तो मम्मा से वह दे दिया कि यहाँ ही बैठकर ये कार्य करना है। साथ में टेबल कुर्सी पेंसिल आदि जो मुझे चाहिए था वह भी दे दिया गया।
And she gave me whatever resources I needed, tables, pencils, paper.
अब मैं सोचने लगा कि मुझे आज से यही कार्य करना है।
So I just focused on this.
बाबा ने पहले झाड़ का ज्ञान तो दिया ही था कि यह सृष्टि एक उल्टा झाड़ है जिसका बीज ऊपर में शिव बाबा है।
Baba had given us the knowledge in the Morali of this world being an inverted tree with Shiv Baba the seed up above.
उस बीज से ये देवी देवताओं का तना निकलता है, फिर और धर्म सतयुग त्रेता दो युगों के बाद डाल डालिया के रूप में निकलते हैं।
That out of the seed, the deity religion emerges in the golden and silver age as the trunk of the tree, and then in the copper and iron ages, the other religions as branches emerge out of the trunk.
अब ये झाड़ जड़ जड़ीभूत अवस्था को पहुंच गया है। अब नया झाड़ स्थापन हो रहा है।
Now that tree has decayed and a new tree is being planted.
तो ये ज्ञान बाबा ने पहले सुनाया ही हुआ था, बाकी उसकी डिजाइन बनानी थी।
So Baba had shared the knowledge of this, but now I was tasked with designing.
अब अब सोचने लगा कि इसे अब कैसे बनाऊं।
So I began to think how to do it.
पहले सेवा पहले सोचा कि झाड़ में कोई डाल आगे होंगी, कोई पीछे होंगी, कोई टेढ़ी होंगी और डाल के आगे पत्ते भी आएंगे, तो उस पर लिखत कैसे लिखेंगे कि वह किस धर्म की डाल है?
I was thinking, how do I place the branches? Which branches do I put at the front? Which at the back? Do I put leaves in front of the branches? Do I have other things? How do I then add in the writing to explain what all these things are?
क्यों? क्योंकि ये झाड़ लोगों को समझाने के लिए बना रहे हैं, तो लिखत जरूर चाहिए कि ये डाल इस्लाम धर्म की है कि ये बौद्ध धर्म की, आदि आदि।
Because this was a diagram for explaining to others. So it definitely needed writing to explain that this branch is of Islam, this branch is of Buddhism, etc.
ये सोचते सोचते आखिर में यही विचार आया कि सभी डालें दोनों तरफ सीधे ही बना देता हूँ और पत्ते डालों के सामने नहीं दिखाता हूँ और पत्ते डालों के ऊपर और नीचे बना देता हूँ।
So I came to the conclusion that I wouldn't have branches behind and in front of each other. I would just have branches to the side of each side of the tree, each side of the trunk, and I would have leaves above the branch and below the branch.
तो ऐसे विचार करके बनाना शुरू किया। एक सीधी लाइन लगाई, ये धरनी है।
So I began by drawing a straight line at the bottom, which is the earth.
फिर ऊपर से नीचे धरनी तक दो लाइन लगाई, ये तना है।
And then I drew two lines for the trunk.
फिर उस तने के चार बराबर भाग किए, ये चार युग है।
I split that into four equal parts of the four ages.
दो युग सतयुग और त्रेता के बाद द्वापर से इब्राहिम द्वारा इस्लाम धर्म की स्थापना होती है।
After the first two ages, there is the establishment of the first religion through Ibrahim of Islam.
तो तने के दो भाग छोड़कर तने के बाई और एक डाल निकाली।
On one side of the trunk, after leaving the first two ages, I then drew the first branch to the left.
हाँ, ले। उसके बाद उस डाल की शाखाएं, प्रशाखाएं भी दिखाई।
I then added sub branches to that main branch.
उस डाल पर लिख दिया इब्राहिम का इस्लाम धर्म।
And I wrote the Islamic religion of Ibrahim.
अब सोचा कि दूसरी डाल दाईं ओर निकलना चाहिए।
And then I thought the second branch should come out on the right side of the tree.
अगर दूसरा डाल भी बाईं ओर ही निकालता हूं तो बैलेंस नहीं रहेगा, झाड़ ही गिर जाएगा।
Because I was thinking if I just put the branches on one side, it'll topple the tree. There won't be a balance.
इसलिए दूसरी डाल दाईं ओर होनी चाहिए।
So it should be on the right side.
और यह भी सेवा की और यह भी सोचा कि बौद्ध धर्म 250 वर्ष इस्लाम धर्म के बाद में स्थापन होता है, तो बौद्ध धर्म की डाल थोड़ी ऊपर करके बनाना चाहिए।
And because the Buddhist religion is established after the Islamic religion, I then had that branch coming slightly afterwards on the right side.
ऐसे ऐसे अंदर विचार आते रहे।
And so this was the way in which my thinking process began.
बताओ। ऐसे विचार करके दूसरी डाल दाई ओर निकाली और उस पर लिख दिया बुद्ध द्वारा बौद्ध धर्म।
And so I wrote on that branch, the Buddhist religion through Buddha.
अब सोचने लगा कि लेफ्ट अर्थात वेस्ट और राइट अर्थात ईस्ट।
And then it became clearer to me that the branches on the left are the religions of the West, and the branches on the right are the religions of the East.
इसके बाद नंबर है क्राइस्ट का, वह वेस्ट में है।
And so on the West side, it was the turn of Christ.
तो लेफ्ट साइड में डाल निकालकर उस पर लिखा क्राइस्ट का क्रिश्चियन धर्म।
So I drew a branch and wrote the Christian religion of Christ.
फिर नंबर है संन्यास धर्म का, तो वह डाल निकाली। फिर मुस्लिम धर्म की डाल निकाली।
And then on the right side, I put the branch of the sannyasi religion, and then on the left side, I put the branch of the Muslim religion.
फिर गुरु नानक साहब के सिख धर्म की डाल निकाली।
And then on the right side, the religion of the Sikhs through Guru Nanak.
फिर देखा कि लेफ्ट राइट अर्थात वेस्ट ईस्ट नंबरवार धर्म आते गए।
And it became clear to me that the pattern was West, East, West, East. That's how these religions were established.
जैसे बाबा ने झाड़ का ज्ञान समझाया था उसी अनुसार ही बिल्कुल नंबरवार अपने नंबर पर डाल आते गए।
This is the way in which Baba had explained it in the Morali, that these religions are established number-wise.
फिर छोटी छोटी डालियां आदि निकाली।
And then I added a few smaller branches.
फिर बाहर से एक गोल लाइन लगाई, उसके बीच में डालों के आसपास पत्ते निकाले।
And then I put more like a circle around all of the branches, and then added some leaves.
तो देखा धरनी से इतना ऊंचा मोटा सा अच्छा झाड़ दिखाई पड़ रहा था।
And I saw that a big tree had been drawn.
वह पेंसिल से बनाना हुआ झाड़ ही बाबा के पास ले आया और बाबा को सुनाया कि बाबा ऐसे बनाया है।
So then I took this pencil drawing of the tree to Brahma Baba and showed it to him for feedback.
डाल के आगे पत्ते नहीं बनाए हैं क्योंकि लिखत भी लिखनी है और डाल भी ऐसे ही सीधे बनाए हैं।
And I explained to him that why I kept the branches straight and didn't cover them up with leaves is because the writing was important in those branches.
बाबा ने कहा बिल्कुल ही ठीक है, ये तो समझाने के लिए है, ऐसे ही होना चाहिए।
And Brahma Baba agreed that it should be like this because it's a diagram for explaining.
अब इस पर बाबा का मंथन चलने लगा।
So Brahma Baba then began churning on it.
बुद्धि बाबा की, अंगुली मेरी चलने लगी।
So it was Baba's intellect and my fingers that did the drawing.
फिर तो बाबा जो रोज डायरेक्शन देते रहे उसी अनुसार ही मैं बनाता रहा।
So each day Baba would give new ideas and I would then adjust the diagram accordingly.
बाबा ने कहा कि इसमें तुमने 4 युग तो बनाए हैं लेकिन 5वां युग कहाँ?
For example, Baba said to me that you've depicted the 4 ages, but where's the 5th one?
मैंने कहा बाबा अभी बना कर ले आता हूँ।
So
फिर
I said to Baba, okay, I'll add it and bring the diagram back.
फिर झाड़ के नीचे थोड़ी जगह रखकर उसमें जड़ें बना दी कि ये संगम युग है।
So I raised the diagram, and underneath the line where I put the earth, I added roots and depicted that as the confluence age.
फिर बाबा के पास ले आया। बाबा ने कहा हाँ ठीक है, अब इस जगह में बाबा ब्रह्मा का चित्र बना दो।
And so Baba said, "Yep, that looks good. Now you should add Brahma Baba's picture in."
मैंने कहा हाँ बाबा, बना कर ले आता हूँ।
So I said, "Yes, Baba, let me add it and I'll bring the diagram back again."
तो वहां तने के नीचे संगम युग में ब्रह्मा बाबा का चित्र पेंसिल से बनाकर फिर बाबा के पास लेकर आया।
So I drew the pencil drawing of Brahma Baba and the roots and brought it back to Baba.
बाबा ने कहा हाँ ठीक है। फिर बाबा ने थोड़ा सोचने के बाद कहा हमारा तो प्रवृत्ति मार्ग है, इसलिए यहाँ संगम युग में ब्रह्मा बाबा के साथ मम्मा का चित्र भी बनाओ।
And then Baba had the thought that this is the family path. So together with Brahma Baba, you should add the picture of Mama and the roots as well.
मैंने कहा हाँ बाबा, बना कर ले आता हूँ।
I said, "Yes, Baba, I'll do that and bring it back again."
फिर बाबा का चित्र जो बीच में बनाया था उसको रबर से मिटाकर बाबा और मम्मा दोनों का चित्र बीच में बना दिया।
Initially, I just had Brahma Baba right in the middle of the roots on his own. So I erased that, shifted Baba a little bit to the side, and then added Mama's picture as well.
सॉरी about this. या सचित्र जो बीच में बनाया उस, हाँ, मिटाकर बाबा और मम्मा दोनों का चित्र बीच में बना दिया। फिर बाबा के पास लेकर आया। बाबा ने कहा हाँ ठीक है। सोचते सोचते बाबा ने फिर कहा मम्मा बाबा कहने वाले कौन? बच्चे ही तो मम्मा बाबा कहेंगे।
And then Baba had the thought that who's going to say Mama and Baba? It's the children.
इसलिए यहाँ बच्चों के भी चित्र बनाओ।
So there should be some pictures of the children in the roots as well.
मैंने कहा हाँ बाबा, बनाता हूँ। फिर मैंने बाबा को कहा बाबा बच्चे तो बहुत है, यहाँ कितने बच्चे को बिठाऊं?
So I said, "Yes, Baba, I'll do that. But there are so many Brahmins. How many and which Brahmins should I depict?"
बाबा ने कहा देखो बच्चों, 8 रत्नों की माला गाई हुई है, इसलिए तुम यहाँ 8 बच्चों के चित्र बना दो। वे सभी बच्चों का प्रतिनिधित्व करेंगे।
And so Baba said, "Well, 8 jewels have been remembered. So depict 8 Brahmins and they can represent all the other Brahmins."
मैंने कहा हाँ बाबा। फिर मैंने कहा बाबा, 8 बच्चों के नाम आप हमको बता दीजिए, उनके फोटो लेकर मैं यहाँ लगा दूंगा।
Baba, you tell me which 8 I should depict, and I will uh, I will draw their photos here.
बाबा ने कहा हाँ ये बात तुम्हारी ठीक है, अच्छा आज नहीं, कल मैं तुमको बताऊंगा।
So Baba said, "Yes, okay, but I won't tell you today. Tomorrow I'll tell you which 8 to draw."
फिर बाबा ने संतरी दादी को बुलाया।
And then Baba called Devi Santri.
संतरी दादी संदेशी थी, ध्यान में अव्यक्त बाबा के पास जाया करती थी।
She was a trance messenger who used to go up to the subtle region to meet Avyak Bapdada.
उसको बाबा ने कहा जाओ बाबा के पास और सुनाओ कि यहाँ ये झाड़ बन रहा है, उसमें 8 बच्चों के चित्र बनाने हैं, तो कौन से बच्चे यहाँ बिठाए, उनके नाम आप बता दीजिए।
So Brahma Baba asked her to go into trance and ask Shiv Baba which 8 should be depicted.
फिर संतरी बहन अव्यक्त बाबा के पास गई और बाबा से 8 बच्चों के नाम ले आई और साकार बाबा को बताया।
And so Daddy Santri went and came back with those 8 names and told Brahma Baba.
दूसरे दिन बाबा ने मुझे वे 8 नाम दिए।
And
वे
so the next day, Baba gave me those 8 names.
वे थे दीदी मनमोहिनी,
Didi Manmohini,
दादी प्रकाशमणि, दादी विजेंद्रा, दादी ध्यानी, दादी शांतामणि, दादी वृक्षशांता, भाऊ विश्व किशोर और विश्व रतन। मैंने फिर क्या किया कि जो 3 दादियां और एक भाई में के फोटो बाईं तरफ और 3 दादियां और एक भाई के फोटो दाईं तरफ वहां संगम पर लगा दिए।
So there were 6 sisters in that list and 2 brothers. So what I did is on the left side of the roots, I depicted 3 of the sisters and 1 brother. And on the right side of the roots, 3 sisters and 1 brother.
ऐसे 8 बच्चों के फोटो वहां लगा दिए। ऐसे रोज रोज बाबा नई नई बातें बताता रहा।
So in this way, every day Baba had a new idea.
बाबा की बुद्धि चलती रही और मेरी बुद्धि को भी टच करता रहा और मेरी अंगुली में शक्ति भरता रहा।
Brahma Baba kept churning. My intellect also kept getting touchings from Baba, and Baba kept filling power into my fingers.
ज्ञान में आने से पहले ये आर्ट का काम मैंने कभी किया ही नहीं था।
Before coming to Baba's knowledge, I had never done any task related to art.
ब्रश भी कभी अपने हाथ में नहीं उठाया था।
I had never even picked up a paintbrush.
एक गांव का छोरा था, लेकिन करण करावनहार बाप हर बच्चे की जन्म पत्री को जानते हुए मुझ आत्मा द्वारा ये आर्ट का कार्य करा रहा था।
I was just a village boy. But Karan Karavanhar Baba, the one who gets everything done, he knew what was destined for me in the drama, and he got it done.
शक्ति भी भरता रहा था।
He kept filling me with power,
जिससे इस कार्य में सफलता मिलती रही।
and success, this task was completed successfully.
फिर बाबा ने कहा, मम्मा बाबा के पीछे से कंबाइंड स्वरूप चतुर्भुज का चित्र बनाओ।
And then Baba had the idea that behind Mama and Baba's picture should be the picture of Vishnu in the middle of both.
मैं वह चतुर्भुज का चित्र बना कर ले आया।
So I added that and brought that diagram back to Baba.
फिर बाबा ने कहा, नया झाड़ जैसे उत्पन्न होता है तो पहले 2 पत्ते निकलते हैं, ऐसे यहाँ इस चतुर्भुज से 2 पत्ते अर्थात राधे कृष्ण निकलते हैं, ऐसे 2 पत्ते बनाओ।
When a new tree is planted, then initially 2 leaves emerge. So out of Vishnu, you should depict the first 2 leaves of Sri Krishna and Sri Radha emerging.
फिर वह राधे कृष्ण का चित्र बनाया। फिर बाबा ने कहा कि सतयुग की सीन बनाओ, गोल्डन महल बनाओ।
And then Baba said you should add in the scenes of the golden palaces of the golden age.
त्रेता की भी सीन बनाओ,
A
जिसमें
scene,
राम सीता को बिठाओ।
the scene of the Silver Age with Sita and Ram there.
वह सतयुग त्रेता की सीन भी बनाई। फिर बाबा ने कहा द्वापर में से भक्ति मार्ग शुरू होता है तो भक्ति मार्ग के चित्र बनाओ।
And Baba said in the Copper Age, the path of Bhakti begins, so you should have some scenes from there.
पहले शिवलिंग की पूजा होती है, फिर देवताओं की।
Initially, there's the worship of the Shivalingam, and then later of the deities.
फिर आगे चलकर कलयुग में झाड़ की भी पूजा होती है।
And then as we go into the Iron Age, we even worship trees.
ये सभी चित्र भी बनाया गया,
So I made all of these pictures.
बनाता गया। फिर बाबा ने कहा सृष्टि के अंत में ब्रह्मा बाबा का खड़ा चित्र बनाओ।
And then Baba said, at the top of the tree, at the end of this world, you should depict Brahma Baba standing.
वह भी बनाया।
So I added that.
फिर बाबा ने कहा हर डाल की आदि में उनके डिवाइन फादर, उनके मस्जिद, गिरजा घर आदि पूजा के स्थान बनाओ।
And then Baba said, at the start of every branch, you should depict the religious father, and then also in the branch, depict their holy places.
वे भी बनाए। फिर कहा हर डाल से लटके हुए फल उन्हों के फॉलोअर्स के निकालो।
And then Baba said, add in the hanging fruits of each branch, which would be the main followers of that branch.
वह भी जिस जिस धर्म की डाल थी उन्हों के ऐसे ऐसे फॉलोअर्स मनुष्य के रूप में चित्र फल के रूप में लटकते हुए दिखाए।
So I depicted those fruits like people's faces, which tried to depict the types of followers of each religion.
फिर बाबा ने कहा छोटी डालियों से भी एक डाली में गांधी का चित्र बनाओ, एक में जिन्ना का चित्र बनाओ।
And then Baba said that in one of the smaller branches, have the picture of Mahatma Gandhi, and then also the picture of another fruit with Muhammad Ali Jinnah, the founder of Pakistan.
वे भी बनाए। फिर बाबा ने कहा एटॉमिक वर्ल्ड वॉर का चित्र बनाओ और दोनों तरफ उन्हों को बिल्लों के रूप में दिखाओ।
And then Baba said that at the end of the tree, we should show the atomic war that occurs. So depict two cats pointing those bombs at each other.
अर्थात दो बिल्ले लड़ रहे हैं और माखन नई सृष्टि की राजाई कृष्ण के हाथ में दिखाओ।
And in the middle, depict Krishna gaining the butter of the new world as those two cats fight with each other.
फिर आत्माएं कैसे मच्छरों सदृश अपने घर मुक्ति धाम में जा रही है वह भी दिखाओ।
And then above that, show all the souls going like a group of mosquitoes back home.
प्राकृतिक आपदाएं और ग्रह युद्ध आदि सब दिखाओ।
Also have a depiction of natural calamities and civil war.
एंड हाउस यही तो ये सभी चित्र भी बनाए। वर्ल्ड वॉर में बिल्लों के रूप में एक तरफ रूजवेल्ट का चित्र बनाया और दूसरी तरफ स्टालिन का चित्र बनाया था।
So at that time, President Roosevelt was the president of America. So I drew a cat with his face on. And President Stalin was the president of the USSR. So I drew him as the other cat.
क्योंकि उन दिनों में एक दूसरे के सामने यही थे। झाड़ के चित्र के दोनों तरफ इसकी समझानी भी लिखत भी लिखी गई।
And then on the sides of this picture of the tree, I wrote the explanation of the whole tree.
ऐसे 1 मास तक ये झाड़ के चित्र में सुधार होता रहा।
So these improvements and editing of this picture of the tree occurred every day for 1 month.
प्यारे बाबा मुझको डायरेक्शन देते रहे और मैं उस अनुसार झाड़ का चित्र बनाता गया।
Beloved Baba kept giving me directions and I kept adjusting the picture accordingly.
1 मास के बाद बाबा ने कहा कि अब इस झाड़ में सारा ज्ञान समाया हुआ है।
And it was after that month that Baba concluded that this picture of the tree has the whole of Baba's knowledge contained within it.
अब मुझे ऐसे बहुत चित्र चाहिए जो मैं सभी मंत्रियों को भेजूं और ये मुझको जल्दी ही चाहिए।
I want many of these made so that I can send it to many different ministers. And I want you to make them quickly.
फिर जल्दी जल्दी मैं कह दिया कि बस मुझे 10 दिन के अंदर 1 दर्जन, 1 दर्जन 12 दर्जन चित्र तैयार करके दे दो।
So Baba gave me the direction to paint 12 of these within 10 days.
मैंने कहा हाँ बाबा बना देंगे।
So I just said, yes, Baba, I'll paint them.
मैं बाबा को कभी ना तो करता ही नहीं था।
I never said no to Baba anyway.
बाद में मैंने सोचा कि बाबा को मैंने हाँ की है तो 10 दिन के अंदर 12,000 के चित्र तैयार करने ही है। लेकिन अंदर में ये भी सोच रहा था कि कैसे बनाऊं, क्या करूं।
So on one side, I was thinking that I have to do this. On the other side, I was thinking, how do I do it?
क्योंकि एक एक झाड़ का चित्र तैयार करने में कम से कम 4-5 दिन लग जाएंगे, तो 12 चित्र तैयार करने में तो बहुत दिन लग जाएंगे।
Because if I'm on my own, it will take me about 4 to 5 days to paint each one. And so it'll take much longer than those 10 days.
लेकिन अंदर में दृढ़ संकल्प था कि तैयार करना ही है। दृढ़ संकल्प रख कर मैं मम्मा के पास गया।
But I had the determined thought that I should try and achieve what Baba asked for. And with that, I went to go and see Mama.
मम्मा को जाकर कहा, मम्मा बाबा ने ये कार्य दिया है कि 10 दिन के अंदर 12,000 के चित्र बना दो जो मंत्रियों आदि को भेजेंगे।
So I said to Mama that Baba has said to make 12 of these in 10 days so he can send it to the ministers.
मम्मा ने कहा हाँ भले बनाओ, तुमको इसके लिए क्या चाहिए।
So Mama said, okay, sure. What do you need in order to achieve that?
मैंने कहा मम्मा मदद चाहिए।
I said, I'm going to need help.
मम्मा ने कहा मदद करने वाले भाई तो थोड़े ही है और वे सभी बाहर की खरीदारी आदि के कार्यों आदि में बिजी है, वे तो तुमको मदद कर नहीं सकेंगे।
Mama said the brothers won't be able to help you because they do most of the purchasing and going outside to get things. So they'll be busy in that.
बाकी यहाँ बहनें हैं, वह डिजाइन आदि का कुछ भी नहीं जानती है, वे तुमको कैसे मदद कर सकेंगी।
And so it's only really the sisters who are in the bhavan all day, but none of them know how to paint or have art. So how could they help you?
तो मैंने कहा, दादा दादा विश्वरतन ने कहा, मम्मा आप मुझको केवल 5-6 हैंड्स दे दीजिए, फिर मैं उनको डिजाइन बनाना सिखाऊंगा भी और उन्होंने कार्य भी कराऊंगा।
I said, Mama, give me 5 or 6 of the sisters and I'll teach them and we'll get it done together, design and paint.
फिर तो मम्मा ने 5-6 बहनों को बुलाया और उनको कहा कि विश्व रतन को इस कार्य में मदद करो।
Mama called 5 or 6 of the sisters and instructed them to help Vishwaratan to get this task done.
जैसे वह कहे वैसे करते रहना।
She told them, whatever he tells you to do, you have to do it.
मामा ने एक बड़ा कमरा भी उसी कुंज भवन में दे दिया और बड़े 3-4 टेबल भी रखवा दिए।
So Mama then organized a large room for us to do this, and several large tables were installed in that room.
मैंने उन 3-4 टेबल के ऊपर के लकड़ी के पाटिए निकलवा दिए और उनकी जगह मोटे शीशे रखवा दिए।
And so then I put together 3 of those tables and took out some of the wooden tabletop and put a glass on top of that.
उस पर 1-2 बने हुए चित्र रखे, उसके ऊपर ड्राइंग पेपर रखा।
So underneath the glass, I put one of the paintings that I had already made. And then on top of that, I put this drawing tracing paper on top of the glass.
नीचे से टेबल लैंप रखकर लाइट ऑन कर दी तो ऊपर से पेपर पर वह डिजाइन दिखाई पड़ती थी।
I then put a lamp underneath the table so that it shone through the painting, through the glass, into the paper, and you could see the design underneath.
तो बहनों को ट्रेसिंग करना सिखाया।
And then I taught the sisters how to trace.
एक बहन को कहा कि ये जो सभी लाइंस है आप सिर्फ वे लाइंस पेंसिल से लगाती जाओ।
I said, just copy the lines that you can see.
दूसरी बहन से कहा कि जो ये पत्ते दिखाई पड़ते हैं वे आप इस हरी स्याही मीन्स इंक से भरते जाओ।
Another
हरी मीन्स
sister
ग्रीन।
said for her to fill in the leaves with green ink, green paint.
ऐसे ऐसे सभी बहनों को कार्य दे दिया।
So in that way, I just organized all the sisters.
बाकी जो चेहरे आदि थे वे मैं बनाता गया।
And then I focused on the detail, like the faces.
फॉलोअर्स के पिक्चर्स फीचर्स भी मैं बनाता गया।
I put in the features of the followers' faces as well.
ऐसे रोज 8-10 घंटा कार्य करते 10 दिन में 12 चित्र तैयार कर बाबा के हाथ में दे दिए।
So we worked for 8 to 10 hours per day, and inside of those 10 days, we made those 12 paintings.
बाबा देखकर बड़े खुश हुए, मुझे इस पर शाबाशी दी।
Baba was very happy to see these and congratulated me for it.
फिर तो बाबा ने कहा और भी चित्र बनाते जाओ।
So then Baba said, right, make me more.
फिर मैं अन्य बहनों को भी ये चित्र बनाना सिखा दिया।
So then I had to teach many more sisters to how to.
ऐसे ये 10-12 बहनों की झाड़ डिपार्टमेंट बन गई।
So we had to open up the tree department of 12 sisters helping me.
थोड़े ही समय के बाद बाबा ने क्लास में मुरली पर चलाते समय ये कहा जैसे जार में ये समझानी दी जाती है कि ये सृष्टि कैसे आदि से अंत तक चलती है, अर्थात सतयुग त्रेता द्वापर कलयुग चलते हैं और फिर रिपीट होते हैं, ऐसे ही ये सारा ज्ञान चक्कर के रूप में समझाना चाहिए।
And so then, after a few days in the Morali, Baba said that just as we explain the cycle in the form of the tree, we should show the repetition of the cycle in the form of a cycle.
फिर बाबा ने कहा कि मैं आप सभी बच्चों को लेख ऐसे ऐसे देता हूँ, आप सभी ऐसे चक्कर की डिजाइन बनाकर कल यहाँ ले आना जिसमें सतयुग त्रेता द्वापर कलयुग दिखाना और फिर रिपीट कैसे होता है वह भी दिखाना।
So then Baba gave me the task to draw the cycle and said, showed the different ages and also how it all repeats again and bring that picture to me.
फिर तो सभी भाई बहनें अपनी अपनी रीति से डिजाइन बनाकर दूसरे दिन क्लास में ले आए।
So then all of the Brahmins did that task and brought that picture the next day in the morning.
मैंने जो डिजाइन बनाई थी उसमें चक्कर उल्टे तरफ अर्थात बाईं तरफ घूमता हुआ दिखाया था।
So the one I brought was spinning the wrong way, going towards the left.
चंद्रास भाई ने मेरी जैसे ही डिजाइन बनाई लेकिन चक्कर राइट की तरफ घूमता हुआ दिखाया।
Dada Chandras made a design similar to mine, but it was spinning clockwise.
बाबा ने सभी की डिजाइन देखी और कहा कि दो डिजाइन ठीक बनी हुई है, एक चंद्रास बच्चे की और दूसरी विश्व रतन बच्चे की।
And so Baba looked at everyone's designs and said that he thought that the ones made by Dada Chandras and Dada Vishwarathan were the most accurate.
लेकिन विश्व रतन की डिजाइन में चक्कर उल्टा चल रहा है, इसलिए वह डिजाइन ठीक नहीं है।
But the one Vishwarathan has made, it's going anti-clockwise, and so that's not correct.
बाकी चंद्रास की डिजाइन भी ठीक है और चक्कर भी उल्टा चलता हुआ दिखाया है, इसलिए चंद्रास पास हो गया है।
And so Baba said that Dada Chandras had the cycle going the right way, and so he passes.
फिर तो बाबा ने मुझे कहा कि अब तुम इस चंद्रास की डिजाइन को ठीक रीति से बनाकर रंग आदि लगाकर अर्थात गोल्डन, सिल्वर, कॉपर, आयरन आदि सभी युगों में ऐसे रंग देकर अच्छा चित्र बनाओ।
So then Baba told me to make a painting of Dada Chandras and add in the colors of gold and silver, copper, iron, etc.
उसमें लक्ष्मी नारायण सीताराम के चित्र भी बनाओ और फिर धर्म पिताओं के चित्र भी दिखाओ।
Add in pictures of Lakshmi Narayan, Sita Ram, the religious fathers as well.
मतलब ऐसे सारी डिजाइन ठीक रीति से बनाओ।
Make the whole design complete and then bring it to Baba.
फिर तो मैंने वह चक्कर का डिजाइन बनाना शुरू किया, उसमें भी बाबा डायरेक्शन देते रहे, रिफाइन कराते रहे।
And just like with the tree, Baba kept giving feedback each day and new ideas, and so we kept refining it over time.
उसमें धर्मशास्त्र, गीता, बाइबल आदि भी दिखाया।
We added things like the different religious scriptures as well.
संगम युग भी दिखाया गया।
We added in the confluence age.
अंत में आत्मा एक कैसे उठती हुई अपने घर वापस जा रही है, फिर चक्कर कैसे रिपीट होता है, ये सब राज उस चक्कर के रूप में दिखाए गए।
We showed like all the souls returning home at the end of the confluence age and then the cycle repeating again. We showed all of these different secrets.
ऐसे चक्कर की डिजाइन भी थोड़े ही दिन में अच्छी तैयार हुई हो गई।
And this one was prepared in just a few days.
कुछ समय के बाद बाबा ने एक किताब प्रेस में छपाने के लिए भाव की विश्व किशोर को आदेश दिया था।
And so then Baba gave, where are we in the main? Maru cards, okay, we get some.
हाँ, आटલું જ બાકી છે।
Okay. So then one day, Baba gave Dada Vishwakishore an instruction. So Dada Vishwakishore was the senior brother of the Yakin.
हाँ। तो उसमें कई ज्ञान की पुंज थी और तो बाबा
To write a book.
हाँ, टू राइटिंग, और उसमें झाड़ का चित्र और गोले का चित्र डालना था।
and he wanted to insert these new paintings of the tree and the cycle into that book with Baba's knowledge in it.
झाड़ का चित्र तो प्रेस वालों ने डाल दिया, परंतु चक्कर की डिजाइन का ब्लॉक बनाकर उनको डालना था।
So the printing press already had a template for the tree, but they needed to make a block for the printing machine for the picture of the cycle.
तो प्रेस वालों ने इस चक्कर की डिजाइन मांगी।
So they asked for this design.
बाबा ने मुझे बुलाया और कहा, प्रेस में जो किताब छप रहा है उसमें चक्कर की डिजाइन का ब्लॉक चाहिए।
So Baba told me about this.
इसलिए प्रेस वाले कहते हैं कि बटर पेपर पर एक बड़ी Yes. डिजाइन अंदाज 1 फुट व्यास की बनानी है।
And so they asked for a design of 1 foot size on butter paper,
जिसमें अक्षर सफेद और बैकग्राउंड काला हो।
where the writing was in white and the background was in black.
ऐसी डिजाइन बनानी है तो अब तुम ये डिजाइन जल्दी ही बनाकर दो। इस डिजाइन के कारण प्रेस का कार्य रुका हुआ है।
And so Baba asked me to make that quickly. We'll stop there.
Yeah.
So it was lovely to hear the testimony of their direct experience of how Baba's diagrams are made. And I wonder in these last few minutes whether Ambika Ben, Hala Om Shanti, I think you missed the beginning. Today is the anniversary of Dada Vishwaratan's anniversary. So it was the 26th of February, 2007, that reached his angelic stage. So I was sharing some experiences with him in my times in Madhaba. And then we were just reading his experience of making the
Okay, so I missed that, but I'll go back and listen as usual, rushing to get back home. It's so much of a wonder that these brothers and they, from the very beginning, had so much courage and so much, discipline, more than discipline. I think it is love and the realization on such a level that everything that they said, Haji too. And I always wondered of the tree, the picture of the tree. I never really thought of who did it. I know Brother Nero would have done the latter, and Baba had corrected it in between. But I didn't realize that it was that Vishwarajan who were the instrument for the tree. And I have a tree here, a little one, about eight size, 8-inch. One, and it really doesn't have all the details. These are the more modern one. But I always wondered what was the reason of putting certain foundation fathers on one side and on the other side. So I was glad to hear this. He himself didn't know. When he looked at it, he realized what was for the West and what was really for the East. But it really is those souls, as Ranjan Ben was reading, I was thinking, those souls when they had so much courage, when Baba actually really, the practical example when Baba said you have courage, you help. And it's just about getting it done, whatever Baba says. And what was amazing that he was, while he says yes, he also able to understand his capabilities and not with ego that he had to go to mama, and he got the help that he needed. So really he had courage, humility to admit he couldn't do it alone, and he got the help that he needed. So when we think about these Adiratan souls, because at one time I was reading them, and I actually read his biography, but not this detail. You know,
Yeah.
doesn't have this set of details at all. But this book is only in Hindi.
Yeah.
No, this is the autobiography.
Oh, because I have the little one. Maybe I didn't finish read that book, but I
Well,
have that little one, Radharatan. A small
Yeah,
little book.
Yes, so this is called A Unique Experience.
No.
I wasn't able
Yeah.
to find like a PDF copy of
I
that.
don't think English
Okay.
one.
Yeah,
Okay.
it's called A Unique Experience. There's the
Yeah, I think we do have that in our literature shop, so I'll go back and check.
we
But
read chapter 4 of that today, just then.
you read, excuse?
Yeah, chapter 4.
Chapter 4. Okay, I'll go back and I would really like to hear the experience you've had with him in Madhuban. Because when you look at these souls, you know, you don't realize that it wasn't very long ago that he left. You know, in 2007, it's not very long ago. I was already in Ghana with Baba, but I have never met him. Or I've been to Madhuban a few times, but I never, because he would not have given classes. I only met those who would have been given the classes like Niraj Bhai, Ramesh Bhai, those were the souls, you know? But yeah, really powerful. It's good to see what went into those pictures. And really, you know what, I was asking Susaimlata because she has some of the old pictures, and I've asked her to get the more modern one. When people come, especially it's Western, so when they see the Hindi pictures, you know, it becomes a little complicated for them. And then some are not able to explain so clearly. And she says, no, they are the ones that have all the knowledge. And he's right when he's saying the tree really is all Baba's knowledge. When you look at it, it's all of Baba's knowledge. And as he was saying that he keep going to Baba, it was Brahma Baba he was interacting with, and then messages from Shiv Baba. And this thing of the 8 jewels, you know, I think it's the same matter. One was saying who would, but the 8 jewels, she didn't say all. She's talking about the brothers. She had asked if we knew, and she named those 2 brothers. But it's amazing. But as Baba says, you know, it was a representation of all the Brahmins. It's not an exact thing of what will happen at the end, the 8 jewels, you know? So really interesting. Really
Yeah.
interesting.
But I remember Dadi Janki often mentioning that Dadi Janki, Lachu Didi, and all, they all helped. That even Dadi Janki helped to make this picture.
Okay. Okay.
All of them.
And
Like, they were 12,
and
12 sisters.
yeah. And Dada Chandras were discipled. This is the first time that I am realizing that he was the instrument really. And Dharatan, who would have filled in the details later. So it's really a combination of them both. Thank you for that, brother. I want to ask one thing, brother, if you don't mind, in today's movie. If somebody else wants to say?
No, you go.
Yeah, in today's Murli, when Baba talks about the rivers exist here and they will exist in the Golden Age. And he says it's the same water. That got me a little bit confused, what he meant. I know you read the Hindi, so I don't know if it was explained in that way. He says the same water that exists now will exist in the Golden Age. So I'm not sure in what context that was spoken. Let's see if I find. I'll tell you exactly how it
Okay.
says. Dr. Rich, can I find it now? Asking to find it now. But it says rivers will flow in the same way as it is now because Baba is the ocean. And it will also flow in, it will also have those same rivers in the Golden Age. And I didn't have a problem with that. But what I had a listening understanding when he said the same water in English Murli, the same water will flow. But I can't find it now. Let me not keep you out. I could always quote it and send it for you.
That's
Separate.
okay. I can give a comment on it anyway. So,
Uh-huh.
of course, when we hear these things, we're thinking more of like geography and science, but I think Baba is talking about mythology. So, because in Hinduism, there isn't a continuity between the cycles, the idea is that everything is annihilated. And then after millions of years, Brahma has the thought to create a new world and everything gets remade again out of nothing. What Baba is, when he's saying it's the same rivers and the same water, he's conveying the concept of continuity rather than saying it's not that it will just be the same quality of water or something. He's not talking about that.
Oh, okay.
Yes.
Okay.
But he's trying to convey the point of continuity.
Everything will happen again.
There's no gap
continue.
between the cycles.
Continue.
They flow into each other. And the
Everything will
second
continue.
the second meaning is that in India the rivers are the goddesses. So the mythological story is the Ganges was not always here. It's linked with the story of Bhagirath, the king, where in the Morally it's translated as Bhagyashali Rath, the lucky chariot or the fortunate chariot. But the story of King Bhagirath was that his ancestors were the ones who were burnt and into ashes. And so in order, they didn't have a proper like funeral and their souls were troubled. They were not liberated. And King Bhagirath, he was the one who performed a great deal of devotion. And he pleased Brahma and pleased Vishnu, and he said he wants them to give liberation to the souls of his ancestors. But they said that only Shiva can do this. They can't do this. And for that, the Ganges must be brought to the earth. So, but the power of the Ganges is such that only Shiva can catch the Ganges in his hair. Otherwise, the Ganges would hit the earth at such force, it would destroy the earth. This is why the Ganges is shown flowing out of Shiva Shankar's. So what Baba is doing, because his audiences were filled with all of these stories, so he's saying, no, the Ganges didn't come from up above. And, it's the same Ganges that is here, will be the same Ganges there. It's the same water. But of course, everything is purified. So that's what Baba's saying, that there's a continuity and
And in Sati, everything will be so fresh and no pollution or anything. Whereas here, look, they have to clean the river so much, all the most rivers are polluted. And it's not only India now, everywhere. So Baba means it's the same water, but this will be the difference.
Because of course, they're not the goddesses. All of you, Brahmins, so you are the god, you are the Ganges of knowledge, you are the different rivers. So, Brahma Baba is the Brahmaputra river. So this is coming from up above, it's the Brahmins, isn't it, that are coming as deities in the golden age. It's not the river coming from up above, it's the soul who is the Ganges of knowledge, who will come from up above as a deity. So let's finish with a couple of minutes of Baba's remembrance and Drishti from Dada Vishwarathan.